putting together everything we covered, but how could we then be showing it to employers? Alright, so this actual unit is called Applying for a Job. And the things we'll cover, and even Liam, we didn't need to turn back to it, but what we're going to cover is how we can use different methods. So you'll probably know all these answers already, but we'll just go over them, what different methods there are, and how we might apply. And then you've got a selection of things to do. So we've got to look at getting an example job application. Okay, we're not sneaky, but we deliberately use the paper version that's from the range. You're all happy with what I mean by the range?
Yeah.
Because compared to some application forms, this one's really straightforward, and it means we can cover all the information, but it's not going to take us 3 hours to fill it in. Okay. We then look at CVs and what format we need for our CVs, but with a CV, all right, it's better if we can have one that's specific for each type of job you're applying for. So the whole point of this week is that it's for retail work, so we want you to have a CV that's focused on retail. Okay, if you're then going to apply for a job, tell me a different job that you might apply for. Something different?
Fireman.
Fireman, yeah. If we were applying for a job as a fireman, we don't need to go on too much about retail, but we might have some transferable things like customer service that could go on to that one as well. So what we want to do is make your CV as focused on retail as we can, and the way that will help you do that is we've got a generic job description, because the more we look at what employers want in retail, the more likely we'll get our application and our CV to match up with that. And then the last bit we do is about covering letter, which is the extra document that can sometimes go with our CV or with our application. Okay, so like I said before the break, we'll basically do all the theory side of things up to our lunchtime, and then after lunch we'll get on the computers and it'll just be a case of doing the practical CV and cover letter and printing those out. Does that sound alright? Wonderful. And then Liam, if you're happy to stay on then after even Sam go, we'll get that first unit finished as well. So, in your pack, page 21 is where we're going from. Tell me how you apply for jobs at the moment. If you were applying for a job, what would you do?
Online, like on Indeed or that.
Brilliant. So you're going to use methods of applying for a job via job websites. So it might be on there, if you're on Indeed, for example, that you might have CVs and things uploaded. So that's what we're going to look to prepare as well. So that's really our second one, that we might apply for a job with a CV. What else are we going to do? What have we got to fill in quite often? Application forms. Often people dread these.
Cover letter.
Brilliant. So that's our 4 points. Application form, cover letter. Now it might be that some of them are online and you might be straight on the computer.